Buenos días, Vic. Bueno, un partido grande, un partido especial, un partido que no sé cómo lo afronta el equipo después del último resultado y después de ver cómo el Córdoba está llegando tan fuerte a esta parte de la temporada.
I hope we expect a good game. I hope of course, we win. I think we are ready for it. We are looking forward to it. These are the games where you also of course, wanna play. Where in the end of the day, it's also like a normal league game. We still have 11 games to go, so yeah, in that way, of course, it's special. Against the number 3, but I think we are ready and we are looking forward to it.
Hola, buenos días. Bueno, tiene la baja de Chirino por la expulsión de otro día. Ya sabemos también que Lars también es baja. No sé si el resto están todos disponibles o si hay algún problema más.
Yes, Borja is still out. Chirino is of course suspended and Lars is out. Yeah, we have some problems, but I'm not going to tell you. After the game, I can explain better, maybe, the decisions, but in the end of the day, I just look at the players what we have, and what I already said before, I'm happy to go to the game tomorrow, looking forward it, and that we are going to win.
Destacaría el Córdoba, que en la primera vuelta quizá fue el equipo que más problemas los generó.
See, the strength is that the way how they play on the ball is very good. They play fast, but they also play like high pressure. They do it similar like us, so that's why I think it's difficult. I think we had there a bad game on the ball, and then when the team pressures very good, like how we can do that also, yeah, then you have problems. And I think they were in both things better than us there. On the ball, because we couldn't pressure them good, and off the ball, but in the end of the day, it's a new game for us, a game to show why we are in the first place, and in the end of the day, yeah, we have 60 points, so it's not like that we don't do well. We need to go on like this, and we have to stay focused. And that's why I think it's important, of course, to win. But it's important that we come back to our things, what we do well, and I think then we have a good chance to beat them. Because their strength, what I already said, is on the ball, but especially also off the ball. But in the end of the day, every team has strengths, but also weakness.
Hola Vic, buenos días. Es verdad que quedan muchos partidos todavía para acabar la liga, pero es evidente que este partido no sé si puede llegar a ser la primera gran final, porque ganando se da un golpe de autoridad con un rival directo, pero es que si perdemos se meten ellos en la pelea. No sé cómo lo ves.
No, I see every game as a final. In the end of the day, if you play bad or good, you always have to show the same attitude during the whole season. So for me, of course, it's like a special game because it's the number 1 against the number 3. But no, I don't see it like that. I just think on the longer term also, it's very important to keep on going what we are doing because we also do a lot of things good, and we just need to do that. And so that's why I already said all the time I'm looking forward for tomorrow. And still then, for me, there is of course 10 games left. That's also 30 points, it's a lot. And that is, so if you win, it's not that you win the league already. So for me, I always look on the longer term till the end of the season. So if you win a game, you need to keep on going. If you lose a game, you need to keep on going also mentality-wise. And that you see that everywhere. Everybody thought that Barcelona was done after Girona away, or home, I mean. It was home, eh? Yeah. Girona home. And now you see what Barcelona is doing. So for me, it's always on long term.
Sí, buenas. Vienes de un partido contra el Alcoyano donde habéis tenido muchas ocasiones, pero al final sin poder concretar. Contra el Córdoba, ¿crees que vais a poder generar tantas ocasiones? ¿O es el tema de poder concretar mejor y asegurarse que si hay pocas, que se aprovechan?
No, yeah, you see also what happened there. You have a lot of chances, you don't score, you even miss again a penalty. Then in the second half you see what can happen. You make a mistake, you get a penalty against you. You make another mistake, you get a red card, and then the game is all is turned around. And that could be different when you are maybe leading 3-0 in halftime, what for me was maybe normal. But this is also what I just I answered also. The other question about is it the final? In every game, everything can happen. A player can make a mistake in the first minute, and you have a red card, and your game plan is like big, and you need to win the game. Even with a red card, you can win a game. But for me, it's always like in the longer term. But I think the problem is what we have already longer time is that we don't score our chances. It is good that we get the chances, so that is a plus point. So I think we just need to keep on going like this. Of course, maybe Córdoba is a different team, but when we played there also away, we also got some opportunities to get chances, and we didn't play that good. So I think we also get our chances against Córdoba.
Va a haber un recibimiento especial antes del partido de la afición que ha organizado pues, una concentración cerca del campo para recibir al equipo. ¿Qué influencia va a tener el público? ¿Qué importancia va a tener ese factor en un partido tan trascendente como el de mañana?
For me, it's the fans here at home is very important. I also I think I say it more times when we play at home, it's a big advantage a lot of times. So also tomorrow it will be like that. Of course, it's nice in the end. It's nice, but in the end of the day we need to win. And I think when they are really positive and they help us through this difficult game, then in the end everybody will be happy.
En Alcoy el equipo falló un penalti, creo que es el quinto esta temporada. No sé si había vivido alguna vez una situación tan poco usual y si se está trabajando para tratar de ponerle solución a ese problema.
I never had as a player and also not as a coach. In the end of the day, it's a big thing to say it's a quality. It's a quality. It's different to take a penalty in a game than in training. With the pressure, with all these things, players can maybe change. I can find some excuses, maybe. For example, if you see the 2 penalties for Magita, you can say he doesn't shoot them bad, but on the other side he shows a little bit where he's shooting. The goalkeeper is standing, I think, 2 meters in front of his line, so with the VAR it would be different, but that are like excuses. So in the end of the day, normally a penalty has to go in. It's from 11 meters, so yeah. But I don't know what to say. I've never experienced this before. We can do everything about it. We can train on it. We can talk about it. We can show video how we also knew in what corner the goalkeeper would dive and where the most saves are. So this is what I mean. We can prepare as a staff as much as possible, but in the end of the day, it's about the player, what decision he makes and thinks on that moment. So yeah, all these parts, you know, to come back, is this a final? There are so many things in football. They come from the left to the right. They happen during training. This morning something happened again. You need to change things again. You need to think about it. So football is very complicated in that way. But the penalties looks very complicated in Castellón. Now I cannot maybe laugh. I'm not allowed to laugh about it, but in the end of the day, it's ridiculous.
La última, en Alcoy jugó con un centrocampista extra que dio más fluidez al juego de la que venía dando. No sé si en ese sentido, pese al resultado, puede ser el comienzo de una buena fase del juego del equipo, si está contento con lo que dio.
Yes, we were happy to see that, but Córdoba is a different opponent. They play more aggressive on the ball and off the ball. So I'm not going to say we're gonna play the same, but it's gonna be, of course, different because the opponent is different. We always adjust a little bit, and we also will adjust, not to adjust because they are good, but adjust because of our own strength also to play against them. I was happy what I saw there, but that was against them, and against Córdoba is a different game, so then we also have like a different game plan.
Sí, que se ha visto, no sé si no me equivoco, temas penaltis, se ha visto que había una pequeña discusión entre, creo que Manu y Mollita antes del penalti al Coreano. ¿Tenéis como un sistema muy claro de para cada partido qué jugador tiene la responsabilidad o lo que sea, o cómo, si puedes decir cómo funciona, si tenéis algún sistema para eso, para elegir?
There is always a list, and then there is a game. And then when there is a game, things are changing. And maybe someone else thinks I can take it. I don't know what happened, but on the list, that was exactly what happened. And he took it. He was the number one. But in the end of the day, I always say, if another player thinks he feels very good and he has a very good game and he thinks he can take the penalty, it's difficult to say here at Castellón because we don't score penalties. But in a normal way, you have always a number one and you have a number two, and maybe you have a number three. Or maybe the number one is sitting on the bench and he comes in, then he's for sure the number one. Then the number one who started the game is the number two. But then during the game, all sort of things can happen. When the number one doesn't feel good, then there is an open thing that someone else takes the ball and takes it and takes the responsibility. In the end of the day, for me, it's always when a player takes the responsibility to take the penalty, then for me it's already good. Because then, of course, we all know you can score and you can miss. But for me, then that is already good. I will never judge a player on when he misses. Now, I will say to Mojita, your time is done, so he's not number one anymore. But that's my decision now.